Viene azul azul con este baile que es una bomba. Para bailar esto es una bomba. Para gozar esto es una bomba. Para menear esto es una bomba. Y las mujeres lo bailan así, 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 así.
Good morning and welcome to Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samuels-Cod.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kevin Mendes, and welcome to your Friday episode. Thank you so much for making some company to Renata and I. Ren, let's tease and what can they expect on today's show?
Excitement is coming in. You know it happens every time around. People are looking for that gold, that silver, that bronze, whatever it is. Festival of Arts is coming in hot. We're going to be talking about that and all the good stuff underneath the sun with it. But what else do we have up our sleeve?
We have Teachers' Day is coming up, so we're going to have some teachers on set today about what does it mean to be a teacher, and of course, how are they celebrating?
Definitely. Exciting conversations, all that and so much more. But you know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, 100% respectful. Of course.
Yes.
Shall we get to the couch?
Azul azul con este baile que es una bomba. Para bailar esto es una bomba. Para gozar esto es una bomba. Para menear esto es una bomba. Y las mujeres lo bailan así, 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 así. Todo el mundo con una mano en la cabeza.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
to everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me.
You and I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shows that have been
The
happening
world
this
that
weekend.
we see
So
may
far.
seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Friday episode. Thank you so much for making some company to Renata and I. If you're watching via Facebook, YouTube, or cable TV, we're very excited about today. It's May 15th, and we're going to get started with the weather, and that's courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. Seasonal warm and mostly dry weather will continue. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for mostly sunny and warm weather today, but hot over inland areas. High temperatures today are expected to reach 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 97 inland and 85 over the mountains. With these high temperatures, a heat alert is in effect, and residents, especially those inland, are advised to stay hydrated and avoid outdoor activity as much as possible, especially during the afternoon hours. Tonight, the skies will be clear to partly cloudy with low temperatures of 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 70 inland and 66 in the higher elevations. Little to no rain is expected. The wind will blow from the east to southeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea state will be slight. A high tide will occur at 8:03 this morning, a low at 3:26 in the afternoon, and at a high at 9:49 tonight, and a low at 2:47 a.m. The sun rose at 5:20 this morning and will set at 17 minutes past 6. The moon set at 19 minutes past 5 this evening and rise at 4:52 a.m. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for mainly fair weather to prevail along with isolated showers to develop mainly along coastal areas. In the sargassum forecast, there is the possibility that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, thus moderately impacting beaches across the country. In the fire forecast, the risk for forest and bushfires will continue to be high through to Saturday. And with that, we conclude your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
That is our weather.
That's our weather. It's going to be a great warm day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
stay hydrated.
Stay
shaded.
hydrated. Get some electrolytes in you too. Yeah, stay shaded. Honestly, stay shaded.
Stay shaded but not shady, yeah?
Kevin's saying that.
Stay shaded but not shady.
Not shady, Mr.
Yeah.
King of Shady.
Today is Teacher's Day, so we want
Today
to
is Teacher's
say
Day. Happy
Teacher's
Teacher's
Day to
Day.
all educators out there today.
Most definitely. I also want to take a little time to just send some condolences because, as you know, Dr. Sylvia Cattoos passed away in this week, and she was an amazing educator at Gillen University. She's been on the show a couple times too. I had the incredible opportunity to be able to be her student and annoy her so many times and everything. So just sending a love to her and all the past educators that have, gone before us that are no longer with us, but have left so much lasting impact. There's just something about teachers and the mentorship, the pouring in of students, the love, the little things they notice that, maybe other
the teachers
persons.
that within their own space are able to transform the lives
Yes,
of not just the student,
100%.
but the school environment. There's people that go like the extra mile to say, I want to do better for these children, I want to do better for my community. So teachers play a key role in the education
100%.
system. Teachers, parents, students, the community. So congratulations to everyone.
To all the
I hope
amazing
that you're
teachers.
enjoying your day off today.
Yes.
Well deserved. for
Very
sure.
much
So
well
whatever
deserved.
activity you're going to be doing, take the moment to reflect on all the greatness that you are contributing to. Take your time off and definitely regenerate and recuperate.
Yeah. It's not easy being a
It's not
teacher, and it's
easy.
really a labor of love, honestly, because you're dealing with so many little personalities all at the same time, just coming at you. And this doesn't matter if it's just younger or the older ones, because the older people too, they come with their personalities and their attitudes, will think they know better too. So it's like navigating everything, still having to teach, having to show up when you have all the things going on in your life, not getting the best pay in the world, top on top of that, finding resources. That's why I'm just like, celebrate the teachers. I see so much of my teacher friends posting them, getting gifts from their students, and that warms my heart because this is the appreciation you should be showing to them, not just for Teachers Day, but ever so often remind them why you're grateful for their presence and what they do. It's really a labor of love. So big up to all our teachers out there.
Yeah. Celebrate
Okay.
them, also pay them well. Give them their proper compensation.
Compensation.
Yes,
Some
yes.
benefits, some
You don't
resources.
have to be fighting for it. Sure.
Like, this one said, baby, why we have to fight for things what we do? You said, today's Friday, Kev. You see, you done to start me up.
I
I'm
love
about to
it.
do a rant today.
I love it, yeah,
For my
yeah.
teachers, because no mess with them. They literally a little bit of nothing out of their own money. They make their classrooms presentable for your students who love and get so excited. And they don't want to pull out of their pocket. They don't want to make the space. They don't want to pull out of their pocket for feed picnic. We come to school hungry. Maybe they're hungry too as well, but they will take out of their pocket to make sure their kids could be able to have a nice, conducive environment to learn. So we're not giving enough props to them. We're not giving enough flowers to them and how much they contribute to not just like the education system, but the overall well-being of students. And teachers are the one that believe in you. Sometimes the first person to believe in you, tell you you could do it, show you what resources there, if you go a scholarship or whatever. Man, big up to Ono, man.
The ones that have to deal with parents that be like, why are you
When
treating
somebody parents will come in and want to rail up because they said this is how we are picking though, and you have to deal it. Then the personality, they pick the personality, whole pile of thing. Yeah, big up to our teachers.
They need this day after.
They need a whole week
We hear
off
you. You
and
need this day
then-
after day.
But definitely big up to all of you. We're going to be having some teachers on set later on and talking to them how they celebrate Teachers Day and just in general, just the challenges, why they became teachers and so forth. So we're going to be looking forward to that beautiful
Well,
segment.
Miss Claudia is sharing that she was a teacher. Her first year in teaching was in 1971. My gosh,
That before.
before
I
independence.
just
Day.
want to say, but I never want to say that. They're like Miss Clads. Miss Clads before independence. Big up to
Very
yourself,
well,
Miss
very
Claus.
well,
Like,
yeah.
wow, the dedication, definitely. And she does have like a little teacher heart because her really loving spirit make her give the vibes off to fit you. So, happy Teacher's
And they
Day
used to
to
get
you.
paid $93 a month.
Wait, a month? 90,
Yeah.
9-3.
Ooh,
But back in the day, Melly,
probably.
Emily cheaper bread may never cost like 5 cents or something like that along that line. I'm not sure. Because $93. Imagine you get paid $93 a month in this economy.
I'll be homeless.
You'll be homeless. You have to walk places.
Aye. But definitely, we've come a long way, and teachers, we celebrate you today. We also celebrate Nurses Week during this week also. So
Yes.
great to celebrate people that are out there
Doing their
the work of
thing.
love.
Yeah, 100%.
Should we start with Couch Talk?
We should start with Couch Talk,
And the
Kibito.
Catholic Church shifts their stance on health, specifically to the HPV vaccine.
Yes.
So they've come under some heavy criticism as in regards to what was their stance that has changed a couple times, because in 2016, the Catholic Church said they had met with the Ministry of Health and they understand, the importance of the HPV vaccine, how it's helpful. It was helpful in terms of ethically being acceptable for kids to be able to access it, to reduce their vulnerability to cancer and all of these things. But now in 2026, it's a different stance.
Yeah, 100%. We know that we reported yesterday on the Belize Cancer Society press statement about how, like you mentioned before, in 2016, they had offered to work with and partner with Belize Cancer Society, the Ministry of Health and Wellness. We note that yesterday, Dr. Baird did say that they're supposed to be having a next conversation, although they did already make out the press statement saying that, several different things about how they don't believe that they trust the vaccine also that the ministry is using. It doesn't cover all of the quote-unquote different cancers that were susceptible in this region. So there are different little concerns that are taking place.
It was a little gaslighting, if anything, because on the statement that they put out yesterday, saying that the Catholic Church affirms the vaccine's ethical acceptability. However, it withdraws support from the standardized school model approach that the Ministry of Health and Wellness is taking. They also talk about the importance of parental consent, which is very, very key, and that's also has been agreed throughout the board.
Yeah, 100%.
That parents must be informed. Equally, children should be informed about what this vaccine is about and why it's important for them to have
100%.
access to it. But it's just the church now saying it should
We don't
go more
necessarily want it.
relegated to a clinical setting.
Yeah,
for
and
this
I
to
think
take place.
I completely understand. I know Brandon was saying yesterday, yeah, let's take it to a nearby clinic. And in the moment, I was saying, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I was still upset, but also I was glad that Dr. Bear said this. The thing that was kind of pending on my mind of just the idea: can parents always make it to the clinic? Do they have the time to make it to the clinic? As it is right now, accessing healthcare is much more accessible now because of NHI and more affordable, but we also take the time to look at people that work from Monday to Saturday, sometimes Monday to Monday. Like, they don't necessarily get a break off. They get a day here or there. They have some crazy schedules. There's a lot of single-parent households, or granny is the one that takes care of them, and granny might not be the one that can be so mobile to go out and take this child or whatever it is. We talked about the education factor of, ministry needing to do more work, and maybe even, the school offering more information for it. But I think we have to look at the barriers of when it comes to access and people being able to go and get to the nearest clinic if they would want this for themselves. Dr. Bear also made a very important point in her interview about how if we're not able to bridge this gap, she sees later on in the years to come that there will be an increase in cervical cancer because of just the fact that people aren't doing the prevention in the first place. So she made mention that, we can see this taking place. It's not an if, but, or maybe. And we're seeing cervical cancer increase in our society, specifically in Belize. Not just the region, but Belize we're looking at right now. So, it's just to see how we as a country can combat things, what different stakeholders, and in this case, the schools, the church, can be able to do to support that process.
Definitely. One of the criticisms that was put towards the stance of the Catholic Church is because it's not the only vaccine that is advocated for students to have access to. So why aren't they having the stance against like other vaccines like MMR and all of these
Yeah.
things, right? But why is it specifically to this HPV vaccine? And most of the criticism goes because it's a sexually transmitted infection, right? So the undertone of it being sex and all this taboo surrounding it, that's contributes to the stance of the Catholic Church in saying they want to maintain this chastity approach, and which is not 100% relevant to the reality of what we're experiencing now, because we've seen multiple reports where children are being raped, for instance, Ren, and you never know if their rapist has any infection that they're going to pass on to their children, right?
100%.
So it's just like it reduces the vulnerability of children towards cervical cancer. Definitely conversation continues, but it would be good to see what are parents saying about this. You know, like I know
How do
many
they feel
schools
about
have
it?
a parent-teacher association, right? What are the PTA's meeting looking like? Because the church could be saying one thing, but the parents that
They're
are,
saying
that are
and
taking
demanding
their kids
something
there
else.
is another thing. And
But
so
also you look at the education. So if parents aren't even really considering HPV vaccine in any kind of way,
They should be properly informed,
They wouldn't
yes.
necessarily be saying, well, we want this or so, because you know, if you're not having the education, how can you fight for something
Yeah.
that you're not even really like,
That is true.
okay, it's nice if they have, nice if they don't, and they don't understand this, you know, the seriousness of it. And you know, having sex is not a prerequisite that you have to take. Have HPV, meaning sense that if you're having sex or not having sex, is not saying that that's a prerequisite for you to take the HPV vaccine. It's just that you need to take this so that in the case when having sex later on, it can be able to prevent from the infections and different things, cervical cancer, throat cancer. It's not just one cancer, it's several different cancers it's protecting people from. So I just think like you said, I think education is one of the big things. I'm hoping that the Ministry of Health and Wellness can also educate the church, because of course they have information of what they think, you know, is being brought to with the vaccine that we presently have. So all of that in itself, I think there's just room for more conversation and hopefully a shift again in the right direction.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. We'll move on to our next Couch Talk topic, Ren. And the next topic is that Caye Caulker barbecue vendors say they were forced to move from the beachside. Some of these vendors they have been at the beachside for more than 10 years.
More,
and they say this is their daily bread, right? And these persons have been featured, you know, in so many like
TikToks and all
podcasts
that.
and
Yeah,
TikToks because of the great. I mean, when I go to Caye Caulker, that's where I go and get my
100%
food,
Miss
right?
Betty's one is, I can tell her, clear off, Miss Betty, handle you well. Like she handles you well.
Yeah.
Like and this is so,
So she said that after 10 years of being operating there, they received notice that they need to like leave. They need to vacate the beach where they operate from. So because of this notification that they got, they took it to court. Unfortunately, she did not meet her court date.
Yeah.
And rather, she received a notice saying that she needs to vacate the premises, which she said she did. I mean, but now she's getting heavily affected because unable to, you know, do business.
yeah. She
right?
said she's out for I think 2 weeks or more now, just sitting home. Her the trailer's still there. She can't operate. You know what I think was also interesting, because her and Chef Kareem did make mention that, you know, they went to the city council, tried to pay...
Village council.
Sorry, the village council, and tried to pay. They didn't want to accept their money.
Because every month they pay $200.
Yeah, and so they said that's actually something that was brought in like 4 years after they're already there, situated and everything. And they're like, they were paid. It's fine, they're gonna pay it. But one spell when they went to go bring it in, they weren't even accepting their money, and they're like, so they're saying a violation is not paying the rent, and they're saying, how can we pay the rent if you won't accept the money from us in the first place? They complain about the attitudes of the persons when they went into the village council to pay and what's taking place. They're not getting enough information on what's happening. I know that the village council did comment on it, and this is the chair lady, Miss Eleni Pot. She talked about how she rejected the overall claims of it, of any unfairness, of any racism or so forth. She talked about how the smoke was apparently affecting families and children. There was improper food handling. There was tourist harassment, alcohol sales, violations of vendor rules, and all these different things that have been addressed in multiple meetings and not have been met. So that's why they went and proceeded to take this to court with everything, well, to have the court order removal and ejection. So they're saying that is the premise from it, from why things have changed or shifted in that kind of way, shape, or form. And I was reading some comments from persons too. They're like, when they talk about smoke, because it's not been the case, I want to barbecue people there, where they Belize City where they barbecue all the time, and nobody complain about the smoke or anything like whatsoever. Villagers actually love the feeling of going to a little, say the name again for me? The little event.
The trailer.
The trailer. This is what I'm trying to get, Kevin. Come on,
Okay,
help me.
okay,
You see,
okay,
I'm presenting the object. Villagers like the idea of going to a little trailer, getting your food, having that experience. You're on the beach side. You know, you just see your food cooked front of your face too. Because, and that's the next thing when they said improper food handling, I kind of got was like, what? Because the food literally up on the grill right there, and you see it cook. And if not, you don't see it pan the grills, and most of the time you can pick which one you want. So, I don't know. For me, the story wasn't adding up in those excuses of what were the reasons or sort of violations behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know, Kev.
Yeah. I do feel like, you know, given that this was taken to court to be able to come up to a decision on how they move forward, it would be good to see, especially as it regards to, like, they've had multiple interventions where they said, these are the situations that are taking place which you want to get addressed. You were unable to address them. That's why we're asking you to leave the premise. Where are the minutes of these meetings, right? Where you call these people out and they said, we've had some X meetings with you, but you were unable to meet. Then I can see the validity of coming and saying, because you have unmet these things, then we have to leave now. But so, like, where are these
meeting minutes, what are the dates or so we can be able to go back. And I also look at the idea, like you said, people were saying also the same aspect of the court hearing that Ms. Betty did miss in that sense, but just the idea of saying, can we evaluate this? Can we maybe mediate this? I'm just saying some of these situations can be a mediator situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be such a big court situation where you have to go in and do all of these different things. So I don't know. I think this can be prevented. I look at the livelihoods of persons. I look at
especially in these times.
in these hard times, it's a tourist season too, still. So you're expecting to get a certain service, you're expecting a certain ambience, you're expecting certain things when you go out there. Yeah, like this is one of the videos showcasing people just like enjoying the food, enjoying what it brings and offers to them. I don't know. People look forward to the local stuff.
Yeah, so let's see how this story unfolds. What are going to be some of the comments? What can be some of the reactions and ways how if they can be accommodated to continue providing that service.
100%.
Which is iconic to Caye Caulker, if I
Yeah.
can say, you know?
You know, they have the Lee stretch where they have all of the vendors that sell their Lee shells and stuff, and then they go down and leave it more, and then they have food, and then they go down and leave it more and reach up to split. And, like, I don't know, it's Caye Caulker.
It's Caye Caulker.
So that's just how you could describe it. It's Caye Caulker.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next Couch Talk topic, and this is now an interesting one, because the Maya Ranch feud continues. So 46 farmers have filed an injunction over acres of private land, which is interesting because when the spokesperson for these 46 farmers was asked, first thing, right, are you aware that this is private land? And he's like, yeah.
He's like,
we're aware this is a private land. We did not know.
Pause. He said, well, yeah, but we've been here. Then he proceeds to say, we've been here for years, you know. We never know the private land in the beginning, you know. We just find our land and we settle and we just do our farming because we need to eat, we need to feed our families. 46 families to be exact. Kev, no, for me, I laugh at it because it's just, for me, just the idea of like, you honestly know that this is private land. And now this is becoming a big issue where it's like, the owners want to get their land back, but you're saying, no, we've been here for a hot minute. But as you know, with squatters' rights, you have to prove a certain thing if it's private land, and you knew it was private land. All these other entities and these different variables are put into consideration to see what would be the way forward for it.
Yeah, so they said for years they maintain peaceful operations in private land. And so they're just calling for an injunction to be able to review how they go ahead negotiating any possible titles or access to whatever investment they've made into the area. Which is, I don't know. From the beginning, you knew that it was... Because it's a story that's not new, right?
No.
This has been in the news since January, right? Because the same Mr. Dan was one that was arrested for pulling out his gun and everything, you know? So it's just...
So, their allegations for this include, like, police harassment, destruction of their crops and property, which, you know, is on somebody else's land. But, you know, armed security presence and all these different things. So they're like, all this to happen, we need to find a halt for this. They need to stop it. We need to go to court and deal with the situation. I don't know. I'm looking forward actually to see this case. And the reason I say this is because I feel like persons that are doing the same thing, it can set a precedent so they can understand what is the way in which these cases are supposed to be dealt with when you come and you squat and you stay on private land. And, you know, it's hard for any person that has private land that's not necessarily taking care of it or like going to see it because, you know, they rightfully said that, you know, they've been there for years upon years. They've been able to create so much plantation crops and stuff like that happening. So much families have settled. And I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm just saying that, you know, for so long, they felt like, oh, this stuff is there. And then, of course, now when private owners come, which is their plot, this is not their land, they're like, oh, wait, but we there for a hot minute, nobody may tell we anything, we may just take them a land up in the air.
Right.
So I just think all in itself, for persons that are just coming to settle on a land, you have to really be mindful of where are you going? What's happening? You never know what is, you know, is in ownership for somebody else. And you can't just make that as an excuse. Ignorance is not bliss in this case. You should know, you know, what's taking place.
That's true. So we move on to our next cultural topic. And the bulldozer operator is in jail. So he got a job to clear a disputed piece of land and then shot one of the women claiming it. He says she threw acid at him and she says it was water. So this is the case of Mr. Rupert Gentle, who's 54-year-old, hired, you know, to clear a land. In this dispute of stopping the clearing of this land, this woman goes and approaches him, tries to stop him. She claims that he positioned the bulldozer to like her.
And make you feel like I run me over.
And in that regard, like she threw
some water,
some liquid.
Some liquid because she claims it's water. He said I'm acid because he made a burn here. When it land pan, I feel like a burning sensation.
So when that happened, he pulled out his firearm and he shot her on the leg. So he appeared in court and he was charged with 2 criminal offenses. One is to use deadly means of harm and the other one is wounding. So we can see this is a situation of intimidation take place. You can see the video on your screen.
Yeah. Whew. These land and these clearings and these everything that's happening or so. Because the thing is that's crazy about it, I fully understand how, like, as a woman, somebody, if they are positioning this thing, allegedly, like what you're saying, you don't have no weapon, right? I'll in your mind and be like, hey, don't do that. And then, like, you know, you throw something at that person. Because in the quickness of it.
Of course.
Because just like when somebody frightened you, Kevin, then, like, you don't just, like, knock or something by accident. Like, it's a reflex because you get frightened. But then I also understand on his perspective of, like, you to get this liquid by your face. You don't know where this liquid come from, where they in this liquid. And sometimes your mind can play a trick on you to make you feel like this is so acid, this is something that happened, this burn my eye. Could be sweat from his burn and everything come together and burn it. I don't know. Because it hot outside, I'm sure the bulldozer never had AC on it. So I just say it could be some sweat mixed with some liquid in there and that burn your eye together in a one. But then I will look and say it's not justified for pulling out your firearm and shooting somebody. Like, you can't equate the same two of throwing a liquid and shooting. And that's also one of the things that was, brought to attention in this overall matter, where it's like the deadly means of harm, like, it wasn't justifiable to be able to shoot somebody.
Yeah, because
you in this bull, you the way up your papa, right? She the way down here. Even if she throw this water upon you, which I really don't think that acid. Well, first of all, why should they walk around with acid? Most of the time, I don't think people walk around with acid. But you never know. Like, you never know. I would hope the water get tested or the liquid get tested to see what it is.
If it was acid, he would have had an immediate reaction to it. Right there would have been scars. And I would believe, if acid gets thrown at your face, like, you would be focused on trying to
the
get it
burning
off
sensation
rather
of
than
that.
pulling out a gun and aiming for the leg and all of these things, right? So it's like,
Yeah, so the whole wounding and the deadly means of harm and all of that stuff there that has been apparent that's what he's been charged with. So because of the nature of crime, he had no plea and the bail was denied and he was remanded to the central prison for up to July 10th. So definitely we're going to wait to see what takes place. But I play out the situation in my mind. And I'm like, I could have just imagined in a matter of seconds how that happened, In a matter of seconds, where you're like literal seconds. I don't know. But
yeah. Would you like stone them with the bottle or?
Listen, I don't know in the moment.
We are not
Kenny.
condoning violence.
We're
Let's
not
take it back.
condoning violence here on this show, but in the moment, look, I don't want to that person. If you frighten me, I knock by accident. It's not that like I want to knock somebody, but like my reflex is what? Like, you know, that kind of thing. So that's why I could also understand somebody like getting frightened, like you're because you're in your mind, you to try to defend yourself. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we have one last couch talk topic, and this is the story of Miss Nicole MacDonald, who earlier in the year she was accused for cyberbullying, and she was taken to court by former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Chester Williams, which the case was dropped in November 2025,
Yeah.
when Mr. Chester failed to appear at court, which he said that he did not receive a summons to show up to court. So the charges got dropped, but now 6 months later, she was invited or summoned to come back to court, and the charges were reinstated. Of course, she pleaded not guilty to the charges of cyberbullying, and she received a $4,000 bail. Obviously, she's angry about it.
Yeah, like she's like, this, how is this fair, just in any kind of way, shape, or form? I thought this was done with and over with. I will also mention that CEO Williams says he had no part in reinstating the charges or whatsoever. So that kind of may have me like, okay, then how this happened? Like, I'm just, I thought it was done. I mean, I'm sure she may think it done. Maybe he may also think it done. Everybody may think it done.
So who brought it back?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's the kind of, I'm trying to understand it and understand the situation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
People
figure
are
it
asking,
out.
you know, they want to know what made it cyberbullying. Basically, she took to Facebook to share her thoughts about
former commissioner of police, of how he was leading and everything like that, and she made some comments about that. And we've had cases too before with similar situations where persons, you know, were quote unquote being Facebook gangsters and writing whatever they want to write. And this is something that you can also, for persons out there, take heed to, like what you write out there can be perceived and used as cyberbullying. So people could take it to court for that. Just throw it out there for other persons where they're behind a keyboard and they're do know that depending on what you say, depending on what you say, it can happen.
The earring is like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yes, the earring
We're
was
not
just
gonna
like,
get too hot for me.
I'm like, what happened? Where did you go? I don't even have the back for it anymore. Let's see if it stays now. But with that, we've come to basically the ending of our couch topics.
Yeah, we have a birthday shout out to do.
We do have a birthday shout out to do. And we have a graduation shout out to do also.
There we go. Okay, so
we're gonna see what picture they put up first. I'm just waiting for the pictures. I go by pictures to see what's happening, guys. What's the vibe? What's the vibe like? Watch me to shake up on this ear. No got no back, you know. And then fly out again.
Okay, so we're waiting for the
pictures to come up. But in that same note, we just want to definitely thank everybody that's been putting in their comments, sharing their concerns. We feel with you, we upset with you, we get happy with you, all in one, on like how you deal with this and how we navigate things. And then here, Belize, and she said, "Let me stop commenting and just stop."
That's very wise.
Baby girl, you might be the next one brought to court. Get it together. Get it together, Facebook gangsters. Oh man. So definitely looking at that. We're trying to find these pictures, trying to get our life together.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, as we're waiting for it, I just also know that it's graduation season, it's exam season, CXC season, SBA season. So we're celebrating and bigging up Sapna, who also was in the comments just a little while ago. Happy graduation to you, darling. Congrats on another stellar achievement. We're hoping that this helps you to evolve into a new version of yourself in every way, shape, or form. Wishing blessings upon blessings for you as you navigate a new milestone and where this takes you next in your life. Happy graduation.
Yes.
To all our graduates out there, you know, big up to you guys. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You're doing school. Some people do school and work. It's so many different things. School, work, family, all kind of things in one. They navigate all these things.
Work, depression, mental health.
Mental health, all one.
Yes.
Anxiety, yes. There's so
High
much
cost
stuff.
of living.
Yeah,
Like,
it's chest pains, gas pains, everything one. And it's a lot definitely to deal with. So big up to all our persons out there that have graduated, are graduating, are going through the exams. We're praying all of the recall and understanding and wisdom as you navigate these different CXCs, SBAs, everything in one. So yeah.
Yeah. My sister's graduating. This
Oh,
month.
really?
Yeah, Trishna Mendes from Escuela Mexico.
Look
Junior
at that.
college, yeah.
Oh my gosh, time flies fast,
Time
right?
flies really fast. 1 minute they're a baby, next thing you know, they're like graduating from
Oh
sixth
my
form.
gosh, don't say it. Like, oh.
Congratulations, Trish.
Congratulations,
Again, congratulations
Trish.
to everyone that is
Yeah.
graduating in this season. Now let's cue the birthday shout out. As Brian said, no, make sure to not forget.
We not to forget,
My
right?
sister.
We not to forget. And this is for Tanya Riley, who turns 49 and looking good and fine, all in one. Happy blessed birthday to you, Tanya, from Brian and from, of course, Sunup on 7. May it be filled with all of the wonders of happiness, peace, comfort, prosperity, everything in one. May you enjoy it fully to your best. Happy blessed birthday. Continue to shine your light in all your spaces.
Yes. And now it's time for our sunrise.
It is. It fell out again. It doesn't want me.
You need to like stick like a
Eraser?
chewing gum or eraser.
What,
behind
chewing gum? First of all, no one does chewing gum, Kevin.
I don't
Which
know, I'm
movies
just
you to
thinking.
watch?
I
Because
don't
my
know.
one don't watch it.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is from Jamie
What is that? Oh.
Usher. Ooh, what that?
Look at that. All right. Something is feeding underwater.
Okay, I don't know why in my mind I may think that like something that come for we, like you better get ready. Like
Well,
you
these
watch
are the
this.
little fishes that are
them
running
movies.
from something. That are swimming away
They're
from
running,
something.
no?
They run, yeah.
You know, their mind that they run too. You can't tell they're different. They run, they swim, run.
Swim, run.
They swim.
That is swim, run.
They swim, run. Seriously. Like
The
you
word
saw-
for the day is swim, run.
Swim, run. Can you use it in a sentence? The fishes we just saw in the sunrise were swim, run
Yeah.
through.
It's like
So big
Jamie
too.
Usher captured the fishes swim running.
Yeah, she always
Because she
captures
made it
some-
run, right? She run and she captured the fishes swim running.
And she always captures some very interesting moments, you know.
The manatee, remember? We'll never forget these
The one with the
manatees.
mate, the one with me. Made it pass into the next life. Like, oh my goodness. I am here for it all, guys. With you guys. We are here on a Fantabulous
Yeah.
Friday. It is payday.
Let's get swim
It is
running.
a lot. Let's get swim running. If they
Yeah.
tell you don't walk, tell you a swim run.
It's better than Dory, right? Because Dory said just keep swimming, but Renata say swim, run.
Swim, run.
Swim, run. That's
Yeah. I'm 100% sure people who can't swim, run. I'm sure that's out there. Imagine you try going and you're like, you do that couple of doggy paddles and continue go again. You know that you stop playing crazy. When I'm learn for swim, when I'm to swim, run. Stop playing these games with me. Oh.
I love it.
Okay. So definitely beautiful sunrise indeed. And with that, we're gonna go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back with exciting conversation. Swim on, run to the
Swim, run to the commercial.
swim, run to the commercial. Swim, pa, run. Pa. Hey, I can make up a song from that one too, you know. That'd be.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening with your news. I'm the bureaucrat.
Belize, You're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The UDP, they know a heavy mess, says Patrick Faber. And we say the mess is only getting worse. The elephant in the room, he say, greed or selfishness. We say yes! Because the UDP leader is always driven by self-interest and never by what's best for the country and the people. Shine Barrow said Tracy, no they cut it as the leader and have no plan for govern if she ever become Prime Minister.
For the sake of to be Prime Minister, for us to be in a cabinet for the sake of being in a cabinet.
Even Alberto Agas posted Tracy Panton conspired, connived, and contrived to lead the UDP. Panton was eventually endorsed as the party leader, and the party has since been steadily going downhill. Patrick, Shine, and Alberto are all UDP, and they're all correct about Tracy. Bang, bigging them both. All the Queen's horses and all the Queen's men can never put Humpty together again.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
The UDP, they know a heavy mess, says Patrick Faber. And we say the mess is only getting worse. The elephant in the room, he say, that greed or selfishness. We say yes! Because the UDP leader is always driven by self-interest and never by what's best for the country and the people. Shine Barrow said Tracy, no, they cut it as the leader and have no plan for govern if she ever become Prime Minister.
For the sake of to be Prime Minister, for us to be in a cabinet, for the sake of being in a cabinet.
Even Alberto Agas posted Tracy Panton conspired, connived, and contrived to lead the UDP. Panton was eventually endorsed as the party leader, and the party has since been steadily going downhill. Patrick, Shine, and Alberto are all UDP, and they're all correct about Tracy. Bang, biggie them both. All the Queen's horses and all the Queen's men can never put Humpty together again.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Caulker, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm the Crack.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
And we are back, Vuzellas. Thank you so much to everybody that's been tuned in to our amazing dynamic couch talk. It's ranging from swimming, running, to talking about vaccines, to talking about who reinstated this case in the first place. All kind of things, bulldozers and water or liquids, unknown liquids being thrown.
That is true.
Could it be acid? Could it be sweat and water mixed together? We don't know.
We don't know. We have a great conversation that's coming up.
Yes.
Before we introduce our next guest, Ron, I have a question for you. So before the commercial break, when we talk about the fish that swim run, so our question for you is, what situation would make you swim run? And put it on the Facebook Live, and then
at the ending of the show,
we see what are the best responses. Okay. So let's introduce our next guest, Dr. Tiara Moore, and she's the CEO of Black in Marine Science Institute in Belize. Dr. Moore, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you on Sunup on 7. How is your Friday
Good morning. Thank y'all.
How is your vibe this Friday morning?
Listen, y'all got me up early, but I'm still hype, ready to chat with y'all.
I love it. So we ask you this question, right? So I don't know if you saw the video earlier where these fishes were just swimming really fast and they're jumping over the water. So we call it them a swim run. So if you were a fish, what would make you swim run?
Yo, these raising prices is making me swim run. I'm like to work on being harder because it's rough out here.
I love it.
That's a great response.
Perfect. That. And I love it because I didn't even think about it. But I felt it in my chest when you said it. I felt it in my chest.
Yeah, because I'm saying what would make you swim run is, let's say I have my barbecue on the beachside and I see a dog coming from my barbecue, right? I'm a swim run to protect my barbecue, wouldn't you?
I love it. And
Yeah.
we're excited to be having this conversation. Good vibes are already starting in
Yes.
the beginning of the discussion. And we understand that there is a Bloom to Business platform and its overall project and what you guys want to do. We want to hear all the nitty-gritty so people can fully understand and get like all into it. So
That's true. Let's start by first finding out, what is Black in Marine Science Institute?
in Belize.
I'm glad you asked. So I am a marine ecologist by training. You know, went to school for all this time to get the PhD, earn my seat at this table. But what I found is that there is not a whole lot of Black folks, especially at the PhD level. We're actually less than 2%.
Wow.
And so the goal, right. And so the goal with Black and Marine Science, the nonprofit, is to remove those barriers, teach folks how to swim, get people scuba dive certified, show them how to do scientific research and present scientific presentations. But now we have our BIMS Institute, which is our research, innovation, and technology hub. So for the folks like me who have made it through those barriers, we actually go and get the work done, go and do scientific research, tell stories of the communities who are dealing with environmental injustices. So that is the goal of the BIMS Institute, and we're excited to have officially registered here in Belize last year.
I love it. I love it. So
Congratulations.
I'm curious to know, like, from your observation, what have been some of the barriers that have limited Black persons' involvement in marine conservation, and why was it important for you, like, to be like visible in this space and say we want to have this institute in Belize?
So that is such a great question, because me as a student, I just wanted to study the ocean. And I cannot tell you how many times I would introduce myself like, hey, I'm Tiara, I'm a marine science student, or I'm a marine scientist. And people would say, oh, you can swim? Or, oh, you get your hair wet? I'm like, oh. Wow. So it's really this stereotype that is in Black folks community. We don't swim, we don't get our hair, we don't care about the environment. But you really have to look past that. Why? There's so much generational trauma, historical trauma. And so if you don't put any measurements in place to erase that or help that, how can you expect us to be in the field? I stumbled in it just because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. But a lot of folks never get that opportunity. So for me, it was really just a barrier that shouldn't be in science because it's so important, the work that we're doing. Everybody who is breathing depends on the ocean. So we should have everyone who is breathing trying to help us protect it, since it's so vital to us as humans. And so for me, it's calling it out, hey, we're not here. That means we're missing a whole bunch of people who could be supporting us in this whole movement. And so that's been the goal of Black and Marine Science, taking folks who never even saw themselves as scientists and be like, nah, you a scientist too, come on. Come on.
I love it. I love it. And I celebrate you and everybody that's a member of Black in Marine Science for breaking the barrier, and putting a new level and a new integration and inclusivity.
We're supposed to be in this space too.
Yes. So
period.
Congratulations and thank you so much for doing that. So let's now talk about how does it work now translate in Belize? What should we be looking out for?
You should be looking out for all this energy. But a couple of years ago, before we had officially registered, we did start BIM Swims. And so that was our swim program, where we have been able to now teach over 40 youth how to swim and get involved in ocean safety. So y'all know the ocean is right around us, but a lot of folks don't have access to just basic swimming lessons and have a fear of the ocean. So we try to remove that by saying, hey, we'll teach you, we'll give you water safety. We work with a local swim organization called Successfully Swimming in Smiling's Belizean owned, to be able to have our youth, and sometimes the parents even get comfortable with shifting their mind that way. My kids can be a marine scientist, because through the class, they're talking to other marine scientists. And we've now started to end it with a snorkel trip, where we take these kids who are just getting comfortable in the water, who learn to swim, who have had a transformational week. They put on a snorkel and fins. They see a coral reef for the first time. And now they're like, whoa, I'm going to be a marine scientist. So it's really been this mindset shift that we've seen with the youth. And now with the Institute, we are implementing projects like Bloom to Business to be able to provide solutions. Because again, we know there's barriers and we want to prevent that, but what about all of this knowledge that we can implement in the communities as well to provide the solutions to these marine science impacts that we're seeing? So that's what you can expect with the BIMS Institute, boots on the ground, very grassroots level, trying to get folks who actually aren't scientists, don't think they're scientists yet, to become scientists and really be involved in our community science projects.
I love that. So in that same note, how long would this be running for persons to get in contact with you? If they're hearing this conversation, they're excited, maybe they know a child that would really benefit from being involved. How would that work to like get in contact with you and see how that can be able to play out?
Yeah, so I'm excited to announce we will be running our BIM Swims program this summer, July 6th through the 10th. So you can literally hit me up. I don't know if y'all drop my information here, but you can follow Black and Marine Science on all social medias. And then you can contact me directly on our website, bims.org. And you can just send us an email. The beautiful thing about all of our programs is that we work very hard to get donations and grants. So we remove the additional barrier of the parents having to pay for the lessons. So we do try to provide all of the lessons free of charge for the students. So that's why we do need to know in advance so we can know how many students we're going to have. We have about 25 spots each summer.
Ooh, so 25 spots, and this is from July 6th to 10th, like you mentioned before. We're gonna definitely be sharing the contact information in our chat, and also when we post this segment so persons can be able to know it's open right now, right? Just double check it.
Right now. Right now. You need to sign up right now.
I love it.
I love it.
Let's encourage our people to sign up. In that regard, is there like any eligibility criteria that you're looking out for people to go ahead and subscribe to this opportunity?
I mean, we really, because we're dealing with, youth, we want parents' permission, we want parents to be involved, but it's really the curiosity to say, hey, I want to try this. A lot of what we do on the first day is just getting over the fear of being in the water. We've had kids crying on the shore, not wanting to get in, and then they stick their toe in, and then they stick their foot in, and then next thing you know, they're doing backflips in the water. So it's really just about that willingness to participate fully. We do run it in Placencia. So we do have, housing situation that we take care of for folks who are coming off the peninsula. So that's something that we have to coordinate as well.
And this is why you got to go. You have to sign up very early so that you can get all the nitty-gritty details and plan and present yourself properly.
Yeah,
because
the fact that, Black and Marine Science is in Placencia.
Yes.
I mean, what a great place to go and dip your toe.
All right, dip your whole foot.
It's nice.
Dip your whole foot. Okay, and I'm just loving the idea of parents being involved because there's some parents that, might not even have this experience for themselves, and they're thinking about it for their child because, of course, they want the best for their child. And they get to be able to see that and even be a part of that experience themselves. And maybe you spark up something in them too that now excites them to want to get involved, and it becomes a mother and son thing, a father and daughter thing, whatever it is, to just get involved in the marine spaces.
No, that's exactly true. We've had so many parents who mentioned, well, I can't swim. So we've actually thought about doing an adult swim program. And so that's something that y'all should be on the lookout for, actually. Like I said, because we try to remove all the barriers from our programs, we work really hard to get donations, get grants to support the program before we just announce it. Like, hey, I want y'all to sign up, and then we can't run the program. But with this increased interest, I think you're correct. There are a lot of parents who are interested, and a lot of just community members who see us out there like, wait, how can I get involved with this? So since we've been doing this program in the last couple of years, we've definitely seen increased interest. And we've also been able to increase the program. We actually started with a group from Belize City, and we had 7 students.
Wow.
7 students. Yeah, 7 students, and it was a partnership. It was a partnership, and so they brought their summer camp here with Sister Yaya. I know y'all have seen Sister Yaya and her youth group. Yes, and so they were running a summer camp, actually a photo summer camp. And we were talking, I was like, yo, what about, underwater photography? Or people aren't necessarily thinking about that as a career. People just get in, the tourists have their GoPros and they're posting the photos, but like, this is a whole industry. And so imagine if we were showing these kids through this summer camp that if they learn to swim and they learn how to use the camera, they've just leveled up their pockets. They've just changed the whole game of what they have access to. So again, really trying to mindset shift the types of careers that were involved. So yeah, the program was born with Sister Yaya back in 2023, and now it has grown to where we have 25 spots.
Dr. Moore, I have a question for you. So there's a viewer on our Facebook Live saying, I'm not afraid of the water, I'm afraid of what's in it, right? So for the folks that are, have this genuine fear, what would your response be towards them?
I understand, I listen and I don't judge. But, but if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. It's similar if you were at your home. You have people come in your home all the time. Now, somebody comes in your home and grabs you on your head. What are you going to do? And so I think a lot of folks who are interacting with marine life, they don't have an understanding that it's like, you don't touch them, they won't touch you, they won't be involved. Now, we have seen increased incidences because of changes in pollution, changes in food sources, that we do see some predators like sharks coming closer to shore, and they're looking for food because we've overfished their food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we have to take the responsibility of it. So the reasons why we see these changed behaviors in our marine life is largely because of something that we've done and haven't necessarily realized. Because I bet you the shark does not necessarily want to pull up to where we are, but they've been left with no choice. And so now here you are looking like something good to eat, and then you put your hand out. Now it's the issue, and we blame the shark versus our own actions. So I would say that fear can be placed, because of what we see in the media, but ultimately I am in the water all the time. I see sharks. I was just diving out saltwater key and saw a big hammerhead. Did I touch the hammerhead? No, I saw it. It swam by and I swam by. And I'm my business. I got it on my GoPro. Everybody knows. But that's it. So you can be one with nature. But again, it's about respecting the nature, just like you would want anybody to respect you. You don't expect nobody to put your hands on you or be in your space like that, then don't be in theirs. But overall, I would suggest anybody to at least try snorkeling, try to do a swim class, because the water in the ocean is beautiful. And that's why I work so hard to protect it, so we can remove a lot of these fears.
I
love that.
And the water, and it's our identity as people. It's also like very
just a whole
therapeutic
new
and
world
healing.
there.
So
Literally,
it has
Errol
so many
was right.
benefits of interacting with the water. And we're grateful that Black and Marine Science Institute in Belize is offering this opportunity for persons to engage, get over that fear, test something new, level up in whichever way, and possibly build up your swim run skills if you ever
run skills, boo. You see when I see that hammer, you see? When I see a hammerhead in the water, I'm a swim run. I'm gonna catch it on my GoPro, but I'm a swim run. I'm like, that hammerhead.
You're gonna swim run. But to y'all's point, the folks also don't realize how important the ocean is. I keep saying, if you're breathing right now, you should care about the ocean. But it's actually really true. The ocean produces more than 50% of the oxygen that we're all breathing right now. So again, when we're not seeing that same amount of ocean production due to whatever damages that we're causing, then that's a direct impact to human life. And so that fact itself needs to be more out there. I try to yell it from my rooftops, even for folks, I'm inland. I don't ever see the ocean, but are you breathing?
Think you are.
It's like, but are you breathing? Okay, let's get back on track now. So it's really important for everybody who's listening, everybody across the whole country of Belize, to understand that the ocean impacts them too, and we need everybody on board.
I love that. I
100% love that. And reminding persons that we're going to be posting the information for them to be able to get in contact. We only have 25 spots available. It starts today. Like, you could really put your registration in right now, right now. Okay, while the hammerhead is going across in the water, it's right now. You swim run to that registration. You swim run to it, and definitely it's a beautiful experience. This is happening July 6th to July 10th, and it's going to be an amazing time for our young people. We don't have an age. We had an age limit. I'm just
an age limit.
The age limit, yeah. Is there an age limit for it?
Well, it hasn't been. I guess 5, 6 and up. Like, we haven't had anyone younger than that.
Okay.
So yeah, we're not putting babies in the water. So yeah, thanks for asking that.
Yeah. So 5, 6 and over, that's the time you're gonna be in Placencia. So please make sure in your note that you'd have to be in there, and so take off that time for parents that want to be there. And children is vacation time, so for you to take off, nothing. You just come in. So come and enjoy yourself fully. But thank you so much, Dr. Moore, for creating these opportunities, for coming with the great energy. People in the chat are just loving your energy and how so informational and like conversational you are with the whole topic, and you know, giving them that chance to feel like, yeah, this is something that Black people can do. So 100%, let's get our hair wet, let's dip mode on our toe in, let's do this thing.
Wait, and before I go, you know, I have to drop the plug for Bloom to Business because I want everybody to hear my voice. We have a whole sargassum solutions initiative right now where we're really trying to turn sargassum into sustainable products. Yeah, everybody's been hearing about it, this mess on the beach, this stinking stuff that's messing up tourism. But we have been in the lab working, really trying to turn it into different products like fertilizer, sand supplement. And then also these really cool pieces of art. So this is a pressed piece of sargassum. It's dried and pressed. It doesn't stink. And then we frame them. And so again, a part of our educational and outreach initiative to show folks like this can be beautiful. The ancestors have given us a resource. It doesn't have to be a waste. So again, those are the types of things that we have going on at the BIMS Institute. Everybody working on this project right now is from Belize, from St. Bay area, Mango Creek. And does not necessarily have that background in marine science. You know, folks were in all different types of career. Now they are sargassum biomass operators and proud to be involved as marine science.
That's exciting. We love that.
So definitely be on the lookout for that. We just dropped a YouTube video about the project. So yeah, we'll drop that link too. We'll drop that link.
100%. And I'm looking forward to like a sargassum earring because, you know, that's the next thing that I'm looking forward for you, Dr. I'm going to get my piece. That's your task, right?
Listen, we're thinking about having a whole sargassum fest. So, you know, we're extra. Listen, y'all got lobster fest. Y'all got all the other fest, sargassum fest, okay?
Let's
sargassum fest.
We ready.
Yeah, and I love that, you know, like I'm already like looking forward to a future conversation with you as we get to know more about this sargassum, you know. How are we using sargassum sustainably in the country? That's going to be an interesting topic because many people are connecting with that, right? As you mentioned, we see it on the beach. It does not create the best aesthetics, but it also is not the best for our health. So how are we addressing that? That's a great conversation for the future to have with you. So let's set a date and let's have you again on Sunup on 7.
Bring me back.
Yes.
We're going to bring it.
You want swim run from Placentia.
You want swim run from Placentia to here.
That'll make me swim run. That'll make me swim run. I had to come to the couch next time.
Yes.
We look forward to that engagement. It's going to be a whole time, a ball of a good time. Bring some sargassum. We're going to make some art. We're going to do something and have a great time. But definitely, we're going to be putting all the information in this segment for persons that, you know, want to register, want to get themselves involved. Remember, it's ages 5 and up. We're not getting little babies in the water. We're doing, you know, good education for people a little bit older and able to understand, parents be involved. We're looking forward to this. July 6th to 10th. Get it together. So thank you so much again, Dr. Moore, for that. And with that, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Caye Caulker, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm the Dirk.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The UDP, they know a heavy mess, says Patrick Faber. And we say the mess is only getting worse. The elephant in the room, he said, greed or selfishness. We say yes! Because the UDP leader is always driven by self-interest and never by what's best for the country and the people. Shine Barrow said Tracy, no they cut it as the leader and have no plan for govern if she ever become Prime Minister.
For the sake of to be Prime Minister, for us to be in a cabinet for the sake of being in a cabinet.
Even Alberto Agas posted Tracy Panton conspired connived, and contrived to lead the UDP. Panton was eventually endorsed as the party leader, and the party has since been steadily going downhill. Patrick, Shine, and Alberta are all UDP, and they're all correct about Tracy. Bang, biggity boom. All the Queen's horses and all the Queen's men can never put Humpty together again.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Good morning, Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. I hope that you're enjoying Renata and I's company. And of course, everybody and all our guests that are coming to today's episode. If you missed any of our conversations, you can always go back and watch our Facebook recorded live. And of course, we invite you to stay tuned to our Facebook and Instagram pages to know who our guests and what conversations they bring forward to the show. We invite you to put your flowers on this segment because we're celebrating teachers. Today is Teachers Day. And joining us on our couch, we have two lovely teachers, Miss Michelle Gordon, who teaches at St. Martin de Porres School, and Miss Addie Ramclam, a teacher at St. Catherine's Academy. Good morning to you both, and happy Teachers Day.
Thank you.
I wanna, I'm very curious. Let's start with Miss Michelle. What excites you about being a teacher?
Being with the students. That's the most exciting part for me. They stimulate me and they motivate me, especially to see them grow and develop. So that for me is the biggest part.
And you're at primary school level, so you get there with the lead?
Yes, I'm currently at primary school, but I have experience at all levels. So I have taught at high school at UB, and now I'm back at primary school.
So primary school is your favorite? Because you have to have a favorite.
My favorite is high school, but I love the primary school setting still.
Okay.
Yeah, for delivery of lessons, my favorite is high school.
Okay.
But I love the foundation and the formative years that happen at the primary school level.
That's an interesting take on what both of them have their own uniqueness as to what brings you, like that joy of being a teacher. I love that. Ms. Ari, how long, what motivated you to say, I'm going to be a teacher?
Interesting question. I was in, excuse me, in college, and I used to volunteer to tutor students. And I remember this one day, it was snowing, and I didn't want to go, but I saw a truck, and I went to help a little young man. He was doing math, and he had like an aha moment when he got what I was teaching him, showing him. And then I thought, well, if I can do this to one person, maybe I can help others the same way. So that was like my initial motivator to become a teacher.
How long ago was this?
Ooh, that probably in 1991.
Wow. So definitely, I love how that was an aha moment for you also, in saying, if I can have this moment with this person, imagine the impact I can have on other people.
Yes.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ren, is there any curious question you would like to ask these teachers?
Of course I have curious questions. So we're seeing the mix of teaching different age range, teaching for so many years. I'd love to know what has been one of your favorite moments throughout your career, both of you, that you really said, man, I'm so happy, besides aha moments, right? But something that made you feel like, I'm in the right profession. I'm doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, the thing that God designed me to be doing.
For me, that would be when I see my students as adults being a successful individual, whether it's in a banking setting or some government office or whatever they're doing, just knowing that I help to contribute and help that person develop to become a successful individual, that really encourages me and makes me feel good and proud.
And they hit up on the street and say, Teacher Gordon, how they do it?
Well, my maiden name is Murray. Depends where you know me from. So if I taught you at SCA, SJC, then it would be Miss Murray. And then my married name afterwards has been Gordon. So it just depends.
And depends on, because I have some teachers that because they got married, I still call them by their maiden name because that's all I know them as. But totally
But definitely the excitement of having them hail you and still being very warm towards you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I love
Miss
it.
Ade, what's yours?
Well, there's been many moments, but I can share a recent one. So here I go. So this was given to me yesterday. So this, one of my students made this for me, with modern things, with cherries, some really
You're a very
special
good
work.
teacher. That's cute.
I know.
And inside my card, on a folder sheet, right? She had a Bible verse for me, right? Which
share it with us. What's
sure. It says, Philippians chapter 4, verse 13, I can do all things through God, through Christ.
Who strengthens me,
And then inside, she placed some really nice words, She said to me, I'm writing this as a sincere thank you for everything you do for everyone, not just on campus, but off campus too. You have been like a mother figure to me, so that really touched me,
Beautiful.
You have been a mother figure to me at school, and I don't even have all the words to express my deep gratitude and respect I have for you. You have made all challenges and bad days into less stress and anxiety. Thank you, Mrs. Ramclam. We all love you. So it's moments like these, and this was as late as yesterday that I got this from one of my students.
So when you get a message like this, what kind of emotions come to you?
You can't describe it. I think teaching is one of those professions where you don't work for just a salary. You get some internal satisfaction, some quiet joys that only you can enjoy. It's indescribable. And there are many moments like that. Sometimes while you're teaching in the classroom, you know, that will happen. Sometimes when you're outside shopping, you know, when you're abroad, when you're at the bank, when you're at the hospital, you always have these moments. So
I love it.
it's
I
really
love it.
nice.
So we talk about, you know, how being a teacher is a full-time job. You know, in terms of like you go home and you still take some of the work with you.
You have to check papers, you have to deal with different assignments.
You have to plan, re-strategize, reflect.
So like from your years of experience, how have you managed, you know, to stay afloat, to still, you know, contribute to yourself, but also contribute to your community? What has helped you, Miss Gordon?
Definitely, like Miss Addie said, self-care. So I have tried to work out throughout the years, make sure I go to my Sunday mass because the spiritual side of you needs to be balanced as well.
100%. Yes.
So like, if I don't attend a mass on a Sunday, like that kind of throws me off. So just to say that it's very important for all aspects of ourselves as a teacher to be in tune. So that's how I try to balance it. It's always a lot of work, but it's doable once you plan and schedule everything, make sure you calendar stuff, and make time to do the work that needs to get done.
So self-care is very important.
Yeah, that's
Focus on
very,
your
very
spirituality.
important. Yeah.
Okay. I have a question for Miss Addie. So if you, like, seeing, you know, like what being a teacher has been like, you know, the challenges that you're experiencing, if you could make a wish list as to what would make a teacher's life easier to ensure that, you know, you can full on immerse yourself in being a teacher, what would that look like?
Well, I think one of the things would be like more resources because a lot of times we as teachers, we have to invest in the materials that we need. Like when we want to decorate the class at the beginning of the school year, it's out of our pocket. We are given some materials, but you know, we want these modern things that these young people like, so we have to dig into our pockets, or sometimes there'll be somebody who's without lunch at school, so again, we have to dig into our pockets and give them, or sometimes you know that they have it really bad at home. There's no water, they can't bathe, so you want to help them, but you can't really help them. So in terms of getting more help, like resources in different aspects.
How about you, Miss Gordon? Do you agree, or there's
I
something you would
definitely
like to
agree.
add?
There's always a need for resources in the school setting or for a teacher in a classroom. There's always something to do. The students always have a need, or you want to do a project, you know. So definitely a wish list for as many resources as we could get, whether technological or financial support for some different activities and so on.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ren.
100%. Reading in the comments here for people saying how much they miss their teachers, how much they had appreciation on the teachers. Apparently people had crushed on their teacher too as well. And all of that. There's like so much things in the chat when it's talking about celebrating teachers. But I love the idea of talking about the things or the wish list that you would want. And for inspiration for persons out there, probably some teachers that maybe, because you guys have a wealth of experience and I'm sure you face different difficulties in life when you're becoming a teacher and being a teacher. Share with us one of the challenges, but how you also overcame that challenge. And I'm trying to do that so that teachers out there that maybe have that similar struggle or struggle along that line can see you can't pivot from it. How do you navigate challenges as teachers? So if there's any challenge that you'd like to share that you had to deal with, maybe a student, resource, whatever it is, and how did you navigate and pivot from it to get a solution?
Okay, I think one of the challenges these days is technology in terms of the internet. It keeps falling, you know. So for us at SA, we always have to have a plan B. Sometimes we have to have a plan C. So let's say, for example, I give an electronic quiz and the internet falls. Then I need to make sure that I have data so I will hotspot my student. You know?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so at all times, you always need to have that backup plan, you know. So
Thinking of like all the things that could go wrong so you could mitigate all the risks that could happen. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
All right, for me, well, when I heard your question, I thought about becoming a teacher, so getting educated. Sometimes that might be challenging to meet the expense of getting a degree. And I would advise teachers to seek support from willing donors in the form of scholarships. like even a book scholarship would be helpful. Well, I'm not sure if they still use a lot of textbooks in this day and age, but just seeking support, whether it's from family or from willing donors. That's to enter into the profession. And the next part that I thought about is, especially at primary school level, behavioral challenges with students.
How do you
Sometimes it could be very demotivating, but just try to stay updated with the best strategies that are available. At our school at St. Martin de Porres, we're blessed because we have 2 counselors. So we depend on them heavily to help us balance behavior. We liaison with the parents a lot. And that's what I would advise teachers who are just entering or have recently entered into the profession. Always try to seek support if you want to progress in terms of your own professional development. And the behavior, it could be a very, sometimes even depressing, like a child who just constantly doesn't listen, and doesn't want to
act
do
out in class,
yes, they
and
act
other
out in
person
class.
sometimes
So
join and all
seek
that.
help, whether it's from a counselor, if your school is blessed to have counselors, your colleague even, like maybe have the child spend the day in the next class, maybe the same standard 1, something, but reach out, because if you just hold on to all the frustration, it might make you want to not continue with the profession.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And I love how you had so much different ways in which, like, you can be able to navigate it. It's not just one
Yes.
clear-cut thing, but you shouldn't take on the full load by yourself. It's never
Exactly.
your load fully. Even
No,
though this is your job, it's never your load. This is a school for a reason.
Definitely. And other people might get through to that child or the children who are given the behavior trouble or the behavior issues. They might be able to get through to the child when you individually might not be able to. Yeah.
That's so true.
So we often hear the comment and say, once a teacher, always a teacher. You know, do you agree with that, Miss Ari? And what does that mean? Do you think you will ever retire?
Well, I'm hoping to retire real soon, right? I've reached a retirement age, but I extended it to 5 more years, yes. But once a teacher is always a teacher. Even like when you're outside shopping at home, you're always a teacher, yes.
I agree. I laugh because I have an aunt who likes to tell me why you have to always give people teacher gifts.
What is a teacher
What is a teacher gift?
Like I would buy books for children in the family. So she's like, but it's
But promoting literacy is important.
Exactly. So it stays with you. Like you always want to help, whether it's a child or an adult or anybody, you know, help them however you could, whether it's tutoring, formally or informally. So it's just naturally in you to always be doing teacher duties.
That is so cute, though.
So go ahead, Ms.
And as a teacher, there's always a teaching moment.
Yeah.
So like when you're out there and you see that moment, you just put it in there. Right?
I love it. I love it. There's so many skills to pass on and so many knowledge to share with whosoever out there, right?
Yes.
So as I start winding down this conversation, I want to ask you, if you could reach out to your students, Ms. Gordon, what message would you like to share with them today?
All right, if I would be able to reach out to my students, I hope they're watching.
So look at them on this camera.
Cameras.
Right
okay,
here.
You have to see your beautiful face.
I would advise you,
And say
students,
the school, your class,
yes,
and give them a
never give up on your education, because silver and gold may vanish away, but a good education will never decay. So boys and girls, young people, stay in school, try to stick with it no matter how difficult it gets.
Love that.
Wow. And I'm going to ask you, so like, if you could reach out to the parents of your students, what message would you like to share with them?
Well, for me, I would love for them to be very supportive of their child, to listen to their child, and just be there for them 24/7.
I love that. I love that.
It's a dedicated role as a parent, as a teacher. It's a lot of love, a lot of patience, a lot of understandings, and pivoting from whatever it is. Because I'm sure you can attest to this, both of you, that the children in the beginning of 2000s are not the same children
definitely
in a 2026.
No, definitely
Totally different
not.
picnic, right?
Right,
And so
that's
now
right.
you guys had to evolve teaching methods, the way you deal with them, all of it, even some of the issues that they face, totally different. So we're always evolving and learning and growing.
Ren, we could not have these teachers here on set without giving them a treat.
Yes, so teachers, because of course we wanted to make sure that you feel the love, feel some kind of gratification because you do the job that's not paid enough.
I know.
And not given enough thanks for. So we have a gift certificate courtesy of Blue Bakery. And so we're going to present it like this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How are y'all going to celebrate Teachers' Day? I'm curious. How are you going to celebrate Teachers' Day, Miss Adi?
Well, I had a choice. Our staff is going to rendezvous key for the day.
Oh, nice.
But I choose my students first. Today they have Principles of Business 60, and I'm the teacher for that. So I wanted to stay on campus so that if they have any questions before the 60, I'm there to help them, encourage them, motivate them, calm them down. So I'm not going to go because of them. And then we're also having our prom tomorrow night too. So we have all the setting up of prom too. So it's all about my students too.
I love it. I love it.
Anna has such a big heart for her children,
abundant
her
blessings for you,
students.
Miss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. How are you celebrating, Miss?
Well, at St. Martin de Porres, we opted for a day off. In lieu, at the end of the year, the last day, we're going to do a staff trip together. Yeah, so we
So
just
what are you
pushed
doing
back.
on your day off?
On my day, well, we have our school fair on Sunday, so I'm helping to prepare for that. Like taking the stuff to cook rice and beans and chicken and so on to the different parents who have volunteered. So I'm still doing some duty.
I love how even on a day off,
Exactly.
they still be like giving service. And
Yeah.
teacher's job is never done. Like it's never from the what time class start?
From 8, well, in high school case, it's
7, I would think.
7:30.
7:30 until 4.
7:30 to 4. It's never that exact time.
Exactly.
It's always more. It's during lunchtime.
Yep.
It's calming people down when they're feeling the stress. It's helping parents out and navigating and making things run smoothly. So I just really want to tell you guys how grateful we are for your service to your country, to your community, to all your students, your little babies that I'm sure you consider your children also.
That's right.
Thank you a million times over. Words, like your students said, cannot express what you guys have given to so many children out there. Being a mother, being a counselor, being a friend, being somebody that believes in them, supporting them. We truly, truly appreciate you guys and all the other teachers that play multiple roles and has multiple hats and do it with just a smile on their face.
We have some people saying when they become millionaires, they're going to support a few teachers for sure.
Thanks. Sounds good.
It's been a great pleasure having this conversation with
too.
you. You know, your smiles are so beautiful. You can definitely tell that you enjoy what you do. You know, teacher is more than a label, it's also a verb. You know, it's what you do out there in the community. So thank you so much for joining us. We have 2 shout-outs for 2 teachers. One is for Nanette Nunes in PG, my best friend. I want to wish you a happy Teacher's Day. And also to teacher Abby Rodriguez in United Evergreen, Belmopan. And this is from one of your students, Warner, who's wishing you a happy Teacher's
so
Day.
beautiful. We love it. And please enjoy your Blue Bakery by Einar Marin gift certificate. Thank you. And no one do a million and one things today, but also take yourself out.
Yes.
You get a treat because you deserve nice things. Hey, and one of the viewers are saying, Miss Ade, you good because they might take the key. I'm going to take the key. She good. Like, she loves her students because even me, I'm going to be like, well, I'm going to send you a text.
Best of luck on your CXC.
We can tell the heart she has for her babies, and we truly appreciate the way how you guys love. It's so totally different. So
we do have a fun question to ask you as we wrap up. So earlier we were talking about the swim run, right? So like fishes, they move really fast. It looks like they're running over water. What would make you swim run? What situation would make you swim run?
You're in the water. I'm not sure if they're... See, right there. This is it, right?
That is swim run.
The fish them, it look like they swim run.
So what situation would make you swim run?
So you're in the water right now. You're the fish. What situation might happen in this water right now? What would make you swim run to the shore? Or something?
It has to relate to teaching? Or no?
No,
In general,
anything.
Spiders.
Spiders.
I love when you think about spider on the this water. They have water spiders?
They do have water spiders.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, well, water spider.
How are
She's a
you,
Gordon
Miss
Gun.
Food is ready.
Oh, I see. Run for the food. I love it.
I love it. You see, like the food that and you know the wear snow time, swim, run to it. No, belly need to eat.
Well, thank you so much for
Thanks
joining
for
us
having
today.
us.
Happy Teachers Day once
you.
more, and
All
thank you
right.
so much for the work that you do
Thank you.
daily.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So with that, guys, we're gonna go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Yes.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
The UDP, they know a heavy mess, says Patrick Faber. And we say the mess is only getting worse. The elephant in the room, he say, that greed or selfishness. We say yes! Because the UDP leader is always driven by self-interest and never by what's best for the country and the people. Shine Barrow said Tracy, no they cut it as the leader and have no plan for govern if she ever become Prime Minister.
For the sake of to be Prime Minister, for us to be in a cabinet for the sake of being in a cabinet.
Even Alberto Agas posted Tracy Panton conspired, connived, and contrived to lead the UDP. Panton was eventually endorsed as the party leader, and the party has since been steadily going downhill. Patrick, Shine, and Alberto are all UDP, and they're all correct about Tracy. Bang, bigging him both. All the Queen's horses and all the Queen's men can never put Humpty together again.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Caulker, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening with your news and the bureaucrat.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
And we're back, Sunup on 7 family. Thank you so much for engaging with us on this Friday episode. Just before the commercial break, we had an enjoyable conversation with two teachers as we celebrate Teachers Day, hearing, their journey, their motivation, their challenges, how they overcome challenges, and of course, giving them their well-deserved flowers. That was such a great segment.
And again, big up to Einer for giving that gift certificate so they can get a little treat, sweet, because on their day off, they still support either their students or the fairs for their school. They're still working hard. That's a dedication that they have for their profession, the love that they have for their people.
So right now, Ren and I are going to go through a little moment of sharing, what was our favorite teacher or best interaction with our teachers. But definitely we encourage you to share with us, if there's a teacher that you would like to give a shout out to, or what was your favorite moment with a teacher that you still remember. And we have a giveaway to do.
We do have a giveaway, guys, courtesy of Blue Bakery, Einer Marin. And I just want to say that it has to be for a teacher. So just like we did for Mother's Day, it has to be for a mother for that time. But this one is going to have to be a teacher, guys. So I know we want all get one nicey, goody two-shoes, sweet, all nice in your belly kind of thing from Einer, from Blue Bakery, but this is just for a teacher. We want to treat them right, guys. We want to make sure that they're getting appreciated.
Right, so how it will work for the ones watching via Facebook Live, in a comment, tag a teacher and put a message as to why do you feel like they should take away this gift courtesy of Blue Bakery.
100%, yeah. So Kevin, I'm going to ask you the question, because my one is always long. I have teachers in every single primary school, high school, tertiary that I've been so blessed to have. So I'm gonna ask you first. Give me maybe a teacher or two or so and why they were your favorite teacher, what instrumental thing that they did, what was it?
So I remember so first one is teacher Pauline Luna, and she's from Orange Walk, and she taught me at San Francisco RC School. And she was one of the sweetest and kindest person I ever met at 4 years old. I remember there was one time when my grandfather was also a teacher. And so, wow, a lot of memories there. But I remember this one time my parents, they were coming by on a pickup, and I saw them and I thought they came to pick me up from school, but they were not there for me, right? And I was crying because I wanted to go home with them. And I remember she gave me a lollipop to just calm me down, and I was crying so miserably because I'm oh, they left me, and they're
they don't want me.
Yeah, so it was so soothing being there. Another person that I really remember is Mr. Morales. He's from San Esteban. He taught me at Progreso RC School. What I value most about him is he taught me how to be able to enunciate and read better. Because he would take me to his office and put me to read, because I used to read for the masses, and I used to read for any event that used to take place. I would be the one to present. So I feel he greatly contributed to my love for reading, but also my ability to be reading and comprehending and all that stuff. So in my literacy. So those are two people that stick out for me.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I love the moments that you had too. It's very sentimental. You see how teachers really impact your life. For me, I have in primary school, and I think I've mentioned this before, that I've had a lot of amazing teachers. I actually had vice principals that became teachers like Miss Sharp, that I think now is the principal of BES. When I used to give trouble a little bit, they'd make me cool off. And I would go into Miss Sharp's office. I would just sit on her ground, and she'd ask me, "What is the matter, Renata? What are you doing today?" She'd sometimes buy me a soda. We sit down and we just talk about life and talk about what I'm doing as a student. I had amazing teachers like Miss Escalante, Miss Panton, and all of them were just, again, pouring into your life. Miss Mitchell, that she's no longer Miss Mitchell, but I cannot remember her married name now because, of course, that's the case. You always know them by just the name that you know. And then in high school, I had dynamic teachers like Miss Shari Smith, Miss Kalima Enriquez, who's married also, and I do not know her new married name. So sorry, Miss Kalima, you know how the situation is. But I also had Miss Lynn and Miss Phelps that literally walked me through trying to further my education because I was trying to understand on what I wanted to do, and they literally was there helping me to write essays, helping me to focus and get it together. When I was crying, they'd pull you aside and make sure are you okay? Do you need a moment? And I was ready to go back and she's no, sometimes it's okay to take a moment, And it was just so interesting to see how they pour into you beyond just subjects. into your being of who you are. And then in tertiary, obviously, I had Mr. Dion Elliott, who's also been on the couch. He's working in banking and all of that now, but it's just interesting to see. He and Miss Shari Smith were the two teachers that made me love economics. They were like so instrumental in my life for that. And so I'm just really grateful. And of course, like I mentioned before, Dr. Katus, that was just a joy to be taught by and to be in a room. She was infectious in how she is. So definitely just grateful for all my teachers. And the ones that I didn't catch, all of them, I just honestly feel so privileged by God to have been given so much instrumental people in my life. I don't think I would be Renata without God placing these persons in my life to love on me, to comfort me, to support me in every single way, shape, or form. I would not be who I am without them.
Other love for the teachers. So let's see, do we have any recommendations as who should be this teacher?
Oh, yes, natural. Who should be
Who
this
should take
teacher?
this takeaway? Everall is a little messy.
Everall always messy.
He said, did anyone ever dated their teacher?
What? Where wrong at you?
I mean, when you get older, of course, you know, maybe, I don't know.
I've never ever looked
Did you
at
ever have
any
a crush
of-
on a teacher?
Never ever, like, oh my goodness. No.
No?
No. Oh, no. I just always, like, you know, respected them for who they are, how they wow. I just could not. I know people that have, but I could not. Like, the two could not mesh.
Yeah.
It could not. Oh, and I have to pick up Miss Melissa too as well. Miss Melissa Espat. She was my past teacher
shout
from
out
reading
to
and
Miss
write.
Mel.
She taught me history. Miss Melissa was instrumental in just like how she made me look at how everything came together. She had a very interesting way of teaching. Like, she'd bring the history to life, where it's like you kind of like become the story, if you want to call that it. So definitely bigging up her too. I was like, how will I forget Miss Melissa?
Yeah.
She always fiery, and we fiery too.
Yeah.
Took with her. She was a
Definitely,
vibe. I was
yeah.
eating in class.
Yeah, so as we get ready to like read out this answer of who should be their teacher that takes away this gift certificate from Blue Bakery, I want to give a shout out to teachers in my family, teacher Dunia Mendez, Joanna Mendez, to Ismeni Kowo, who's teaching in high school, to Guadalupe Mendez, teaching in Orange Walk. Yeah, to the legacy of my grandpa, you know, he's gone for so many years, but definitely, I remember him so much.
Yeah. There's just something warm. There's a warmth about teachers, man. They're just amazing in every way, shape, or form. I love them. This is why I fight so hard when they say, pay the teachers right. Like, I'm always on a teacher's side because I know how much they've helped us as students, you know, and they need to be poured into. So, happy Teachers Day, seriously.
Do you remember the teachers would treat you bad?
I didn't have any teachers that treat me bad.
No? They never used to punish you?
So, the thing is, I didn't think punishment was a treatment, or like a bad treatment. Like, I know I do fool.
Yeah.
Like, listen to me, I was fully understanding of the fact that I do fool. I was one of those kids that I was a class clown. I make all the nice, I joke wrong, but I would get good grades. So, like, it was one of those things where you don't know what to do because you're smart, but you're just the ecky in my class, right? So that's why some of my teachers also remember me, because I used to echo a lot in their class. And Renata was a teacher. Some teachers actually look for me and say, "You're not changed none at all."
I used to
I'm
be
like,
super chatty in school.
You?
Super
Shady
chatty.
too? You were
super
shady?
chatty, super chatty.
Were you shady though?
I probably
You know, answer
was.
my question.
I
keep
probably
saying
was. I don't remember if there was. I never considered it shady back then.
That's who we need
Okay.
to blame for Renata. Oh yeah, all my teachers. They encourage me to be myself, to own myself, and not change the energy that I bring to the table. They were always just. They used to laugh at me. With
Did you
me.
ever want to be a teacher?
Yes. I wanted to be a teacher when I was really, really tiny. And that was actually the first profession that I really wanted before I decided I wanted to be prime minister, and that went out of the way. But I used to have my dolls, line them up, have books and everything, and I would like teach them, because it's really a rewarding feeling, like they're saying, to actually help people. I used to tutor when I was in Galen. That was a part of my scholarship. So it was rewarding to help people. So yeah. Great teachers, great professors.
So
we love
we're
them.
gonna ask our production team to help us identify who's gonna be the winner of this giveaway. So
Yes.
folks in the control room, if you can let us know who that winner is gonna be, then we're gonna announce it. Ren, if you could, so you said, okay, you at some point you wanted to be a teacher. Which level would you teach and why?
Ooh, I would not teach tertiary. I was a
Adjunct
adjunct
lecturer?
one time. I was actually a support to adjunct, like a teaching assistant, and it was an experience of a lifetime that I don't know if I can be able to do for the patients. That's
What
why I
about
said,
it?
it's just that, like, you have an expectation that when a person is a certain age, that they will behave a certain way, right? I'm just saying that in very general terms, right?
Okay, okay.
You believe that they will behave a certain way, but like some of the things that they did and asked and went about, you're like, how are you here? Like, how did you get here? You know, that kind of thing. But I think if I would teach, I would probably teach primary school. I want to get them when they're really young, when they're still kind of navigating it. And I want to encourage people, remind them of their power in Christ, remind them of, like, you know, that they can do anything that they put their mind to, and like help meet some gaps that sometimes in homes they're not getting. So I think I would do primary school.
I would be a high school teacher.
Ah.
Yeah, and I would go either for like math or
Ooh.
literature.
Okay.
Yeah, it's two of my favorite subjects. But
I never know
definitely
what
I
subject
would
I would teach.
I would go for being a high school teacher. I think I would be a really cool high school teacher, as a matter of fact.
Okay. You might be one of the, yeah.
I'm gonna be the cool teacher in
You're
school.
going to be a cool teacher.
Yeah.
I could do high school, but if I did high school, I'd do economics. I would probably teach them that.
Okay.
We'd learn to
so
budget.
The production team is letting us know that Miss Arlette Claire takes the giveaway. So it's for Ariana Claire. So
Oh, okay.
you can come by our studio today to pick up the gift certificate. It's Teacher's Day, so come today.
Come today. Please come today to pick up the certificate for them to enjoy fully, guys. It's Teachers Day. Treat them. If you know a teacher, message them. I actually plan to message my teachers today, and just some of them I have contacts because I still talk to them here and there. If I need some help, like Mr. Elliott, sometimes if I need help with economics, I message him.
I love it.
And I ask for explanation. You build a bond. You build a bond. So, yeah. So big up to all our amazing, amazing teachers out there.
Yeah, I forgot one teacher more in my family. Mr. Eric Mendez, he teaches at SJC. Yeah, he teaches religion, I think, or theology, something like that. So shout out to you, Eric.
Ooh, yeah.
Great
You
job.
know who I forgot? Miss Marin. Miss Marin. Yes, she was also an amazing teacher for me. And I just think about it because Einer's Marin.
Oh, his mom?
Yeah.
His mom is a teacher.
Yes, Miss Marin.
Okay, okay.
Yes, so I forgot that. Sorry about that, Miss Marin. I will apologize for that, but she was an amazing. I used to stress you out. I stress all my teachers out. I love them.
So Belizean gal said she worked in a high school and was a teacher aide in university.
Stop!
Look at that.
She's like, I needed a drink after each
We
day,
learned
though.
something new about
She needed a drink after
Miss
each
Claudia
day.
Usher was a teacher. Who else do we have teachers within our...
Miss Kathleen.
Miss Kathleen.
She
is
teaches the
also-
whole country at this
She
point.
teaches the whole country.
Yeah, at this
Probably she teach Brian too. Brian, did Miss Kathleen teach you? No? Brian, who was your favorite teacher?
Brian's like, no, bring me on a serre. No, bring me on a serre, okay? Mary Francis, who was your favorite teacher? Yeah, how you not getting at this serre?
Uh-huh. She was her ma.
Miss Marin, right? Miss Marin was amazing. Who else? Mr. Perdomo.
Mr. Perdomo at SJC. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I love it.
All right.
All right. I'm glad all of us have our favorite teacher.
I have more, but my brain had to connect everything together. Miss Pam. Oh my gosh, how did I forget Miss Pam from SJCGC?
Good.
She was a difficult teacher, but she was amazing. Like, she was difficult because she wanted us to learn. And that's the thing also I want to throw that out there for students. Sometimes teachers are difficult because they really see the best in you and they want you to learn. Just throw that out there. But Kevin's face like, I don't know
about that.
No, because like, you know, they have to challenge you. They have to push you. Sometimes we're doing mediocre work, you know. Sometimes we don't show up in the way that we're supposed to be showing up. And I remember Miss Pam was one that like people used to fear sometimes to go into her class because they know that she was difficult to pass, but it was just because she really wanted you to get the material. She was English and literature and all of that. So as you know, that is something that you have to think for critically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely. So as I start winding down on today's episode, earlier we asked the question,
swim,
what
run.
would make you swim, run? Like the fish.
What would make you swim run like the fish?
So we know if there's Dr. Moore, who was talking about the Black and Marine Science Institute in Belize, said, if you see a hammer shark, she wants to swim, run. What was something else she said? the cost of living right
The
now.
cost of
Makes you swim
living.
run.
Man.
I say if a dog was coming for my barbecue at the beach, I'm a swim run.
All Kevin think about that his food.
That
no.
food, yeah.
That all he think about that his food. Like at this point, we know the teacher said that like if there was a spider in the water, they must swim run. Miss Adi said that if there was food that's prepared and they don't know, she just swim run to your food. She not play the belly.
So
I think what Brad may say. Brad may have one too. Brad.
the next one is like, so if you're in the water and your man is sit down at the beach and you see somebody come quoting your man, you want to swim, run. Go defend your territory.
Yeah, which me I left her right there. Me I left her for the shark. They have my head shark. Make he and they have my head shark meet together. But oh my goodness, somebody saying a man with a baby mama drama, I'm gonna swim run towards. Would you swim run towards or away from that? Because I didn't try and understand.
Away.
Where you to go with that one? Definitely.
Says teachers back then used to use the sash cord.
I never get beat.
Oh, I did.
You get beat?
To learn my multiplication.
Kevin, I never get beat.
Used to walk with like
I get
this.
time out though.
And the ruler, bam.
Till I got in my sharp office, I had to get time out because I would chat in a class. Renata, stop talking, man. Other students need to learn. But I don't learn it, miss. God, I'm a sharp.
That's true.
That was my problem.
Remember like when they used to have like a list of who talks the most? My name used to be like
They put it on.
one.
Didn't you put it on your report card?
On the blackboard, they used to write the names.
Oh,
Because
no,
the
they
teacher
put it
used to
on
be
my
like, I'm
report
going
card.
out of the office. X person, you're in charge. Write the names of who talk. Kevin Mendes, the front. First name. Oh my God.
Kevin was, and look at you, a talk show host. They put it on my report card. Like, she's extremely good in all her subjects, great personable person, great with the other classmates. She just needs to learn to stop talking so much or like something along that line, right? I'm a talk show host now, teach.
We get paid.
We get paid to talk. Period. Poo-poo.
All right, Ren. So let's thank our guests that came through today's episode. We want to thank Dr. Tiara Moore, CEO of Black and Marine Science Institute in Belize, talking about their summer lessons that are coming up under their Bloom to Business platform.
Yes.
The lessons start July 6th to the 10th. You're encouraged to sign up. There's limited spaces. It's in Placencia. You can go and check out their Facebook page, Black and Marine Science Institute in Belize, to apply for this incredible opportunity. We were also joined by two lovely teachers, Miss Adi Ramklam, teacher at SCA, and Miss Michelle Gordon, teacher at St. Martin de Porres. I want to send a shout out to all teachers at SCA, all teachers at St. Martin de Porres. And definitely was such an enjoyable conversation with them, such warming to know what is their drive, what is their challenge, how they overcome them.
Yeah,
I
love that conversation with them. Like they're vibes. They're good vibes. You could see women that love what they're doing, teachers that are in the profession.
like I wonder if we had like a male teacher,
Ooh.
how that dynamic would have looked. Because
We had good male teachers too.
yeah,
no?
but I'm just thinking, because like I feel like women on its own, they show up different from how a male teacher would show up too, right?
Yeah, true.
So it would have been interesting to see how that plays off different based on your gender,
That is true.
Yeah.
I feel like my male teachers, they used to stress me a little bit because they used to teach the harder subject.
Math,
Hey,
physics.
Mr. Rodriguez gave me my first demerit and I cried my eyes out. And then he gave me 2 on top. And I didn't even talk. That's how job would throw me off. I get the merit and they said, I know I talk. But the one time I never made it talk, I got the merit. Boy. Oh, Mr. Rodriguez, yeah. I remember that. Hurt my heart. Hurt my heart right there. There's still chest pain for that. I did not. I wanted to go down in the record. This happened in third form. I wanted to go down in the record to never have a demerit, and he broke that dream.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't say that for myself.
You have a demerit?
Girl, I guess suspension my first week.
Kevin, what are you doing with your life?
I lost
Kevin!
well, it's because I lost my demerit card. And so they gave me suspension.
Hey, I'm going to try. I lost my demerit card when I'm going to get the 3 demerits, and then I don't know about it. And he made it check it, so he put me demerit.
I will always remember. And my mom always remembers when I had to put me for chop.
You have to chop? You have
Yeah,
to
I
chop?
had to chop for
Oh,
suspension.
that's called like jog, right? Oh.
Jog, yeah.
Philip used to get demerit left, right, and center, though. He used to get for his mouth. All these demerits he picked, Nate, and look at us now. What does that say? The merits do not equate to not being good, productive citizens of society.
Say it louder.
Okay?
Say it louder.
Just so you know.
And just so you know, it's time for us to swim run to the end of
Swim
today's
run, 1
episode.
minute left.
Thank you so much for joining us today on this Friday. It was such a pleasure interacting with you, your contributions from our couch talk, celebrating our guests, all the conversations they brought forward today. It was such a great time. We wish you a safe weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Will Jules be on Monday?
We don't know if we have beef,
We don't
if
know.
we just have a normal couch talk, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
As the time runs on. But if you see a teacher out there today, if you see a nurse, make sure you're loving on and celebrating and smiling with and complimenting and telling them thank you so much for what happened.
Miss Claudia said, I washed my demerit card and blame the wash lady.
Same. Literally, when I'm getting 3 demerits, I try last and I try wash it out, and then they have to give me a new demerit card, and then he find out that I'm a new, and he's like, "Where's your 3 demerits?" And then I get 2 more on top, but oh my god! The stress, the trauma, the PTSD
I can imagine.
is real. All because what? And that time I found him to laugh in a class and him to think that me, man. I need me to talk. Kevin, like we cut commercial. I need.
Bye, folks. We love you. Happy Teachers Day. Happy Nurses
counseling.
Week. Have a great Friday. Be good. Stay safe. The weather said stay on the shade, but don't be shady.
Not to get the merit when unnecessary out there.
Not to get the merit when unnecessary. That's true.
Huh?
You don't know the PTSD.
You see?
It's right here. The PTSD right here. Bye, folks. We love you. Have a great day.
Baile que es una bomba, para bailar es una bomba, para gozar es una bomba, para menear es una bomba, y las mujeres lo bailan así, 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 así.
Place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up